Is there anyone you're dreading seeing this holiday season? One of my favorite things to coach on is getting ready to see that person who you dread seeing or you feel uncomfortable being around. Not everyone is our cup of tea. We know that intellectually, but it can be super uncomfortable to be around someone who we really don't care for. I struggled with this very much with someone who married into the family. I really didn't like this person, and I would get very worked up if I knew that I was going to be around them for the holidays. And my coach helped me get to neutral with this person. So toxic positivity would be, oh, I'm just going to decide that I really love Aunt Polly. I'm going to go from dreading seeing Aunt Polly till I love Aunt Polly. That's toxic positivity. That's fake. The brain knows it's fake. It's just not going to work. Don't even waste your time. Most of us were probably raised being told, don't give all this power to this person. Don't let this person control your feelings. Well, would that we could, that it were that easy, but it's not. It can be, though, if you can learn your mind. So the power in coaching is someone from outside of us helps us learn our own brain. And when we learn our own brain and we understand why we feel the way we feel, which leads to the actions that we do, which gives us the results in our life, everything can change for us. Let me give you an example. You're dreading seeing Aunt Polly. You are wed to the reasons you dread seeing her. I mean, she drinks too much, she tells inappropriate jokes, she may fart, she may do all kinds of things that you just think are awful. So the neutral circumstance in the model is someone who's not your cup of tea. We're going to call her Aunt Polly today. Aunt Polly will be at our holiday gathering. And then you have all these thoughts about that. Ugh, I just dread it. Aunt Polly is so embarrassing. I just hate being around her. She always has to point out something about me that I don't like. She's so rude. And then you have these feelings about this person who isn't your cup of tea. The feeling may be dread of seeing this person. And then whatever that uncomfortable feeling is, what is your action going to be? Well, it's the holiday season, so there may be all kinds of food readily available. You may overeat. You may eat foods that don't serve your body, that don't make you feel good in the long term, but in the short term sure feel good. Alcohol, very common for people to overdrink during the holidays, and this is a big reason why, because they're dreading seeing some of their relatives or friends or family members. And then the results that you have in your life will be to gain weight, maybe to have a hangover, somehow to not feel very well. The result that you're for sure not going to get is feeling better, and you're for sure not going to get a better relationship with whoever you're inserting here for your Aunt Polly. So my coach helped me get to neutral, and that's what we're going to do with this new thought model. And thank you for Josh for figuring out how to do the lettering. So I'm going to switch frames over here. So a new thought model can be the same neutral circumstance. Whoever is your Aunt Polly is going to be at the holidays right there. Try on the thought, if it's believable, that I would like a different experience of Thanksgiving or Christmas this year being around Aunt Polly. See if you can feel neutral. So we're not talking about fake or toxic positivity here. We're not talking about being excited to see Aunt Polly. If you're curious about your Aunt Polly, that's great. That's more positive than neutral. But if you've been feeling dread and really uncomfortable about this person who's not your cup of tea, I suggest just starting off going for neutral. Neutral feels a whole lot better than dread or resentment or some of the negative feelings you might feel about being around this person for the holidays. So if you're feeling neutral, your actions can just be neutral. You can enjoy some alcohol if that was your plan, if that's what you want to do. You can have a reasonable plate of food if that's what you want to do. But what you're probably not going to do is overeat and try to get that dopamine, something to feel better to counteract those really uncomfortable feelings, okay? Then what result are you going to have? You're not going to pack on so much weight. Gosh, maybe you won't gain any weight this holiday season. You might not have a hangover because you weren't feeling so uncomfortable that you felt that your brain was like just kept offering you the booze. You might drink more water. You might end up drinking more water. You might end up going for a walk, things like that. So play around with, for yourself, inserting your words, your people into this thought model, the old thought model that we had in the previous frames, and then this new thought model. Play with getting to neutral somewhere in your life where you're feeling super uncomfortable. This is life coaching, and it's a beautiful example of who needs life coaching. I would like to offer anyone who has a life or is alive could benefit from a life coach. Obviously, not everyone is in the fortunate position to be able to afford this service, but just as Tiger Woods has a swing coach, arguably the best golf swinger in our current state, if you have a life, you can probably benefit from a life coach, because it just gives you, it's that outside person, hopefully with a strong background in psychology, they went to a good training program, can give you that feedback. Life coaching has helped me so much. I discovered it a little over 4 years ago. I hired a life coach to lose weight, and I just keep getting more and more excited, learning more and more. I'm offering life coaching more and more in my practice here in Austin, Texas, and it's so fun because with Zoom, I can coach people from anywhere on my end, and anywhere you are, you can be coached as well. I coach women over 40 whose lives are pretty perfect on paper. And if that's you or someone you know, feel free to give the gift this holiday season of life coaching, or maybe try it yourself. We love hearing ideas from you on things to coach about, and thank you to the person who recommended coaching on being around someone you dread being around for this holiday season. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have at least a neutral holiday season.